Hey everyone. The earliest clear, undisputed image of Krishna playing the flute comes from the 8th century from Mallikarjuna temple in Pattadakal, Karnataka. This is nearly 1,000 years before the miniature paintings of Gita Govinda painted in courts of Rajput kings, which are now found everywhere. Before that, Krishna images show him as a warrior, mostly fighting horses, serpents, lifting mountains, and uprooting trees. Today, let's know, when did Krishna start playing the flute exactly? Let's start the video, but before that, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video. Krishna, as we know him today, appears first in the Mahabharata that was put down in writing by 100 AD. He appears during Draupadi's Swayamvar and the subsequent Mahabharata war. This Krishna has no pastoral roots. He is not the cowherd that we are familiar with. The story of Krishna, the cowherd, comes from Harivansh Purana. This Purana was put down in writing in 400 AD. This talks about Krishna as a Yadava boy raised in secret in the cowherd community. He kills his uncle Kamsa and confronts the tyrant Jarasandh. In this work, Krishna is associated with the Gopikas. The relationship is highly sensual and intimate. But there is no reference to Krishna dancing with them. There is no Radha either. Here, we are told from Krishna's pores, wolves emerge. They force the pastoral community to move from Gokul, which is close to Mathura, to a more distant place in Vrindavan. This is a story forgotten in later times. In the Vishnu Purana, written around 500 AD, the story changes. We hear of the women dancing around Krishna, but Krishna does not play the flute here. He, along with his brother Balarama, sings for them and draws them to the forest at night. The story of Krishna playing the flute comes to us from the Bhagavad Purana. It was written in the 10th century, 500 years after the Vishnu Purana and 1,000 years after the Mahabharata. It was composed in the southern part of India. Radha only appears in Sanskrit literature, in the Gita Govind of the 12th century, in the Puri temple of Odisha, and a few Prakrit poetries before that. While Chaitanya Mahaprabhu of East India values the Bhagavad Purana, Sri Vaishnava Ramanuja prefers the Vishnu Purana and keeps his distance from the Bhagavad Purana. He prefers the longing of the Gopikas for the disappearing Lord far more than the clandestine eroticism of later texts which have a tantric flavor. Chakradhar Swami of Gujarat, Maharashtra during the 12th century and Shankar Dev, who was a contemporary of Chaitanya, downplayed the role of Radha and Gopikas and preferred a more austere form of Krishna linked to the Bhagavad Gita and the hermit traditions of Vedanta. What is often forgotten is that some of the stories we find in the Bhagavad Purana emerge from southern traditions. The earliest references to these are found only in the Deccan Prakrit collection of love poetry, Gatha Saptasati. That refers to the erotic love of Radha and Krishna. There are also references in old Tamil poetry known as Sangam poetry. In songs of the Alvar poets dated to around 7th to 8th century, we hear of the Dark One, Mayon, the cowherds of the cowherds, who loves to steal butter and clothes of women. He plays pranks on them, flirts with them. He defeats 7 bulls and marries a lady called Pinnai. Many people believe that Pinnai is the proto-Radha, although in Tamil tradition she is his wife. The Tamil Sangam poetry refers to a lot of cowherds and milkmaids. There are references to churning of milk of Krishna, wanting to steal butter, and throwing a buffalo demon on the trees to get berries. None of these stories are found in the North Indian traditions, but they make their way to the Bhagavad Purana. The idea of Krishna holding the flute also comes to us from South India. If you look at the early Krishna artwork from Mathura in the Kushan period, they show him as a warrior boy killing the horse, the donkey, the elephant, the snake, uprooting trees, raising mountains, overturning carts, but they never show him playing a flute. There are images of Gandharvas playing flute, but never one of the cowherd. The idea of Krishna, who as a child steals butter, is seen in the Krishna panels created by kings of the Deccan, such as the Chalukyas. Thus, we find stories of Krishna's cowherd life in Pattadakal, Karnataka, in the Kailasa temples of Ellora in the 7th century, and at Mahabalipuram, Tamil Nadu, all dated between 7th and 9th centuries. The image of the flute playing Krishna, which is also known as Venugopal, comes from this period in Pattadakal, Karnataka in the 8th century for the first time. We also have images of Venugopal, flute playing cowherd, from the Hoysala temples of the 12th century, Karnataka. These concepts made their way to the Bhagavad Purana and gradually became part of the Krishna world only after the 10th century AD, that is 1,000 years ago. The ideas then travelled northwards to the Vrindavan region in the 16th century, thanks to followers of Chaitanya and the support of Rajputs who served in Akbar's court. This is why we can call Hinduism a timeless religion and all its stories as timeless or 5,000 years old. But historically, we have a very different version. Well, that's it for today. I hope you're liking Nerdies discoveries. Can't wait for the next video to learn more and be fascinated about. See you in the next. Bye.